Oh, wait, here we go.
Oh, gee, first. Gotta get my gavel. All right. Now I lost my agenda. I call the regular meeting of the Milliken Board of Trustees for January 22nd, 2025 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Will Town Clerk please call roll?
Trustee Beckman? Here. Trustee Lane?
Here.
Trustee Nix?
Here.
Trustee Orcutt?
Here.
Trustee Wakeman?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Here.
Mayor Austin?
Here. Thank you. All right, do I have any changes or updates to the agenda? If not, I'll take a motion.
Mayor, yes. Sorry, Carrie had to remind me. Under the action agenda, where did it go? Where did I go? We'd like to remove item B for now.
Item B.
Right.
Okay,
The
we will
construction
take,
agreement with Hydro Resources.
okay. We will remove
Correct,
11B
John.
from the agenda. Anything else?
Yeah.
I move that we accept the agenda as amended.
I second.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Lane?
Yes.
Trustee Nix?
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt?
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Trustee Beckman?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Yes.
Mayor Austin?
Yes,
Mary Austin?
Motion carries.
thank you. Next, I'm proud to announce that the Milliken Police Department, Colorado Association has a presentation for the Chief of Police Accreditation, CACP presentation by the CACP President, James Baird. Please approach the podium. Apparently I cannot talk tonight.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. So tonight I want to introduce you to the Colorado Association of Chiefs of Police President, Jim Baird, or James, sorry, Jim Baird, and he's also the Chief of Police in Breckenridge, so.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm wondering if there's a story behind the fact that you've slowed down. Is there a story behind that? You want to consult the attorney or?
It was a $150 speeding ticket.
Oh, okay, all right. Expensive lesson. I'd like to thank you all for having me today. As Chief Garcia indicated, I have the pleasure of serving as both the police chief in Breckenridge, Colorado, but I'm also the president of the CACP. This is a state organization that Chief Garcia is not only a member of, but he's actually a leader on our board. He's the regional rep for the entire northeast section of the state within the CACP, so active leader in the organization. And I'm here today to present a certificate of accreditation that the chief and his team have earned. And so that's kind of officially why I'm here. But why I'm really here is really to congratulate all of you. It really is an amazing accomplishment, everything that they have done to get to this point. So congratulations to you and frankly to your entire community. There's approximately 250 law enforcement agencies in the state of Colorado. 42 of them have reached this level where they are accredited through the state agency. Chief Garcia, Milliken Police Department is the 42nd to accomplish this. That's not even 17% of our total agencies. And my confession, Madam Mayor, is that Breckenridge PD is not one of these agencies yet. We're working towards it, but it is a really, really heavy lift. It takes a lot of work, and this is an exceptional agency that they've been able to do this. And I just learned from the chief the time frame that he was able to do this in, and I have somebody that is actively working on this that has not yet completed it, that's been working on it twice as long as it took him to get started in it. So really want to stress how impressive that is. But what does it mean? What does it mean to be accredited? It means that the Milliken Police Department is committed to excellence. It means that Milliken PD and all of you place a very high value on a high level of customer service, of professionalism, that your relationship with your community has a foundation of trust and transparency. I got a tour of this place before I walked in here, and I don't have a fireplace in my police department. Anyway, it's amazing just to see the park you have out back for the kids and the draw to bring them in here with the books out front. It truly is amazing. You're doing wonderful, wonderful things here. And I'm very, very impressed. I've been in this line of work. I've been in law enforcement for 32 years. I've been a chief for almost 10. And this is one of the most impressive agencies that I've had a pleasure of interacting. So I can be very proud. To become a CACP accredited agency, that agency has to demonstrate adherence to 238 different standards. And those are contained within 27 different modules. You could think of the modules kind of like topics. A couple examples of those: victim assistance, witness assistance, evidence management, prisoner rights, vehicle pursuits, critical incidents, records, use of force and firearms, code of conduct, very important, obviously, hiring and recruiting, and the Milliken Police Department has demonstrated adherence to all of those standards. It requires the agency not just to show that they have sound policies, which a lot of agencies have sound policies, but their practice doesn't always follow it. And what the Milliken Police Department has done is they have shown that they've actually not just shown, they've had to prove that they adhere to these 238 standards. They've been able to do that in a remarkable short amount of time, Chief. Absolutely amazing to me. Everybody has multiple jobs to do, and so sometimes this is a heavier lift the smaller the agency, because, you know, obviously you have everything. It's a full service agency. Everything, the police department, every member of the agency has things they have to do. And to add this on top of it and still complete it in like a year, I'm incredibly impressed. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share today and to officially present to Chief and entire agency. I'd like to just congratulate you on a job well done. Very, very well done. Thank you so much for your time.
Congratulations to our Milliken
Thank
Police
you for
Department
coming
for a
in.
job well done.
A nice community.
I'm sorry, I don't believe I'll be able to attend this year.
Yeah.
Could be. All righty. Do we have this evening any citizens' comments? None? Okay, well, Mr. Baird, thank you for joining us. And there goes our audience for the evening.
Thank you, guys.
Good job, guys.
Thanks for your work. Thanks for,
So we will move past
thank you.
citizens'
Thank you
comments.
for coming.
Thanks. Does anybody have any questions on the paid list of bills for January 20? That would be December 24, isn't it?
No, the list bills for January 2025. We do it the same month.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know. Okay. Acknowledgement of the paid list of bills. Any questions? Hearing none. We'll move on to the next item, which is the minutes of the previous meeting. Does anybody have any changes or updates to the minutes from January 8th, 2025? I'll take a motion.
A motion to approve the minutes from January 8th, 2025.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Nix,
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Next up is the town administrator's report. Administrator Powell.
Thank you, Mayor and trustees. I guess this past week, it's welcome to winter. This is what it's really like. So our guys were out there working, clearing snow, still clearing snow, trying to get ice out of the gutters so we can move some of that away so we don't have the freezing and the melting and freezing and melting going on. But town staff, in coordination with our emergency manager, John Davis of Front Range Fire and Rescue, we spoke on Friday prior to the snow and the cold weather arriving about using the town hall as a shelter if needed. We have always indicated the town hall would be a shelter in the past due to it having a generator if power goes out or if people get stranded on the road. So the police department were ready to open the building if needed during that time. So we will remain doing that throughout the season. So if anybody ever asks and needs shelter, because the building does lock, and so a police officer would need to allow them in. Don and I, along with other entities, met with Central Water regarding the new treatment plant and the water line replacement project. This was last week, Tuesday. At this point, I can see being a part of the water line, and I think Don agrees, but we're unsure about being a player, if you will, in the new treatment facility. When Central Weld first approached us on this plant, they were indicating they would be able to treat and blend native waters such as Hillsborough. But now it appears that this may not be what they will be doing. So there will continue to be monthly meetings with Central Weld and the other entities, and so we'll keep you up. I can't see investing a lot of money in a plant that won't serve us. So
What happened exactly?
I don't think anything happened. So they're going to continue with their treatment plant out of Carter Lake. That won't go away. This is a new plant that'll be built. And where it's being built would be a great way for us to get our Hillsborough to them. And in earlier conversations, sounded like that's what they were looking to do or contemplating. I'm not sure that's what they're going to go forward with. I will keep you up to date. Also, today, Don and I attended the Greeley and Loveland Irrigation and Seven Lakes Reservoir Company's annual meeting. They're saying the snowpack's looking good. And the other good news is they're not raising the assessments this year. So that's helpful. And finally, it appears that the long-awaited senior band that we received a grant for like 2-3 years ago may actually arrive on Friday.
Yay.
So Kathy and I are at the see it and believe it stage. So, but it's in Colorado. So,
Will we get, a test drive?
not you.
Okay.
Put a governor on it.
That was quick.
0 to 60.
It's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd.
Of course you can.
Might I say that employee reviews are coming up? Good one.
That's all I have unless you have any questions.
Questions or comments from the board? Now that we're done laughing? None. I have no, I'm speechless. I have no comment. All right.
How large is the band?
It's been so long, I don't
That's what I was
remember.
going to ask, because obviously it's way before. What's
So,
the intended use of it?
12.
so they can actually go to different places and it has, I guess, the seating capacity needed and the type of seating. And I believe this also has wheelchair accessible. So,
Yeah.
That's great.
They can walk, not have to crawl.
Oh,
A lower
it's
entry.
a party
Yeah.
van.
and it has a wheelchair.
Party
right?
bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a party bus.
They said a potty van. No.
Yeah.
Does this
That's what
replace the
depends.
2 vans that we have for them?
Well, we only use one van particularly for them. But those vans are used for other things. Sylvia uses them for
Yeah.
hauling the knuckle kids around. And we use the other van too for transporting the Weld County kids and whatever during the summer months. So they get used.
It's a good resource.
Yes, very
Something
exciting.
newer is, well,
So
it is,
she is
it's
excited.
new, it's brand new, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Hopefully.
It was in 2022.
well,
In 2022.
it's probably depreciated a whole lot just sitting doing nothing. I know, it's just
Do-
a car industry.
So you were kind of serious about that. It like got purchased 2 years ago and then it's just been,
Got it. Yeah.
I guess why? Do we know why it never got here?
It's the same thing happened to Weld County.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
state government.
Yeah.
That's part
Enough
of it.
said. Okay. Thank you, Don.
But yes, so we'll have it. Hopefully Friday.
Okay. Good job. Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
All right, we do not have anything on the consent agenda, so we'll move to the first action item, which is consideration of adoption of resolution number 2025-04, a resolution converting temporary use permits for 22 acre-feet of CBT water. Presenting is Cheryl Powell, Town Administrator. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is water that we've received throughout the year. And when we receive it, it's considered a temporary use. And so once a year with whatever CBT water unit that we receive, they're converted to this. It's a permanent use for the CBT. So it's or perpetual use, so we don't have to bring it. And that's what that is. That was, I'm trying to think. Yeah, so we received, as it states in here, 11 units and 10 units from Lot Holdings and 1 unit from Scott Cobb. So, and then another one from a Dave Hoskins. And a lot of the units we receive, other than Scott Cobb's, of course, maybe somebody building out Meadow Farm.
Questions from the board, starting with Trustee Beckman.
No question.
Trustee Orcutt.
No questions.
Trustee Nix.
No question.
Trustee Lane.
No questions.
Trustee Wakeman.
No question.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
No questions.
And I don't have any questions. It's pretty clear cut, so I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move, go ahead.
I move to adopt resolution number 2025-04, a resolution authorizing the execution of applications to Northern Colorado Water Conservancy District regarding conversion of temporary use permit to an annually renewing contract under CRS 37-45-130.
I second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Nix,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item on the board's agenda is a performance reviews for the town administrator Cheryl Powell and town clerk Gary Reinberger, which calls for an executive session. Do I have a motion?
I move to enter into an executive session pursuant to section 24-6-402, paragraph 4F of the Colorado Revised Statutes for the purpose of considering personnel matters related to the town clerk, Gary Reinberger, and town administrator Cheryl Powell, and specifically for the purpose of completing performance reviews.
Second.
Thank you.
I've already seconded a couple times. So I was one of those
Town
people.
clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Nix,
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, in the meeting will be town attorney Matthew Gould, The first session will include both Carrie Reinbarger and Cheryl Pell. And then it will be Trustee Wakeman, Trustee Lane, Trustee Nix, Trustee Beckman, Trustee Orcutt, Mayor Pro Tem Dean, and myself. And we will take a brief recess to clear the room and then begin with the review for town clerk.
Did you want to set the tables up?
Yeah, I do like it a little bit more. All right.
Your microphone on.
Next item on the agenda is the discussion item, and I do have one item to discuss. I received an email from the mayor of Johnstown, Michael Duncan. He is proposing, since Loveland canceled their fireworks display this year, that Milliken and Johnstown go in together with a fireworks display. I think this should take a little bit more conversation and thought from on both of our parts, and we can certainly have a conversation with Mayor Duncan. You know, right after the 4th of July is Beef and Bean Day, and we've always had fireworks on Beef and Bean Day. I don't think the town can afford to do both. So the question is how do you think the residents would feel pulling the fireworks from Beef and Bean Day and moving them to the 4th of July, making it a bigger presentation in one location?
Where are they going to be at? Johnstown?
Yeah, here we go. TRPR is getting tough to shoot off fireworks. I will tell you that 700-foot radius is, and with the fields being out there, our guys have to do a lot of prep. They have to cut the field way down. This past year, they had to plow it under, and they actually had to water, and Milliken Events had to pay for a second fire truck out of Evans on standby. It was no cheap endeavor, and the fireworks did cost us $10,000 plus the extra expenses. So
would this be a one-year thing, or would it be every year?
It would be every year. Really, the ideal place to shoot them off is the high school. Mm-hmm. Wide open space. Thoughts? Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
I'm not excited about it.
Okay, that's fine. I mean,
I don't like the location
Right.
okay.
at the high school.
Can you think of a better location? I mean, to me, if the reservoir was done, the reservoir would be great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be brutal for
Well,
traffic.
it's actually a long way for Milliken
It is.
residents.
it is.
Over there.
If the reservoir was done and there was a wide enough radius, that would be the perfect place to do it, but that's not going to be done for a few years.
Yeah, but right now, what's the travel for Milliken residents?
I don't know, we go to Windsor, so it's actually.
Exactly.
would
It's a
be
lot
about
further.
No, it's not, actually.
Not really.
To go to
not.
Windsor?
You just
Yeah.
do 250s. Yeah, I don't know if it's.
Yeah, it's not, it's like,
It is probably 4 more miles.
because it's the lake.
4 or 5 miles.
It's pretty easy to get, you stay on the other, we stay on the east side of the
I
lake.
mean, frankly, you can probably see them from your house in Milliken if it's in Johnstown at the high school.
Yeah,
I mean,
you could.
I just think.
We can
that-
see them from Fort Collins, guys.
I think the tough
Yeah,
thing
that's
is
true.
giving up a community event for us to go somewhere else and contribute. I don't know what kind of dollars we're talking, but.
About 7,000 to 7,500 would be this year's budget for the
So-
fireworks.
So I think that's the tough thing is giving up a actual Milliken community event.
Well, the rest of Beef and Bean Day would be there, just the fireworks would not.
Even so, I would like to see it closer to Milliken. I mean, I understand we need to cooperate, and I'd like to cooperate, but I don't want to really see it on the other side of Johnstown.
Okay. So if it was possible in a few years, would we reconsider it to move it maybe to the reservoir, which is centrally located between Milliken and Johnstown?
I think
Yes.
that's
Possible.
I think that's a conversation for,
Future?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about like parking and where people, all that kind of stuff, if you move it to the reservoir, right? Like where are people going to park and sit and everything like that. I mean, the high school is a prime location for
Yeah.
for an event like that, but I do agree. I mean, we have a good relationship with Johnstown now, but you know, Milliken tax dollars, people already got to drive all the way to the high school anyways.
Good, yeah.
I think it could just kind of strips.
I don't think it'd sit well with our residents.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay.
Well, but is the high school like the place or?
No, it was just one of the places that would be big enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. See,
if it was like around
There's-
like the YMCA or something, just somewhere like, at least like
YMCA is not big enough.
well, no, I know that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like in the
Yeah.
middle,
That's what
right?
I was saying,
Okay.
something a
Yeah,
little
just
more
like in the central, more
centrally
central.
located rather than.
Or their water
Yeah,
treat,
maybe
what about
that
their
could be-
water treatment?
Maybe that, yeah,
It's on
exactly.
our side anyways.
I
No,
didn't even like the fact that Domino's moved out there.
I hate it.
Well, maybe that could be, you know, because I would be in favor of a 4th of July. I think that that's something that's, you know, it could help with people feeling like they have to put on their own personal shows maybe on 4th of July, which is a huge issue. So I would be in favor of us all doing a 4th of July, but yeah, I think maybe a location would be the discussion, right?
Okay,
Yeah, and
well,
I'm not
Because I think
sure
Beef
if-
and Bean Day it's a great celebration, and I don't ever want that to go away. But I don't
Right.
think fireworks make or break it.
I'd agree with that,
okay.
but yeah, I think location. I don't know
Like
if
I
there
think the
is
whole
another
day of
one.
events is the event too. Like you know, the fireworks are great, but I don't think that makes or breaks make. Or
Did they ever shoot off fireworks at the old high school, the now new
Oh,
middle
yeah.
school? Well, I mean that's like central, more central.
Yeah, they shoot them off there
That's what I thought.
for previous barbecue days.
So I mean, it's like at least
And
Till
it's
they built
higher.
the new
more
It's higher.
central. It's a little higher.
It's on the hill up there so people can see it.
Along
Well,
with
the only other thing would be is maybe involving some of the ag community and asking, you know, if,
Yeah.
because it's a lot different if you're shooting off over an irrigated field too, right, versus
Yeah,
dry.
but isn't the corn is growing right then?
yeah, corn's
Yeah, the corn has to be cut. That's one reason why we could no longer shoot them off on the path between the two fields, between Klein and Binder's fields, is it got way too dangerous.
Yeah.
And the corn wasn't always cut at the right time. And
Not from the road, though.
And Tri-State said, we're not going to do this anymore. You know, the mortar shells, there's fallout from them. They can't, and even the fire department said, you can't find the ones that fall and are still burning. Because we did set the field just across from Settlers on fire, small fire, a couple years ago. So
Yeah,
it is an issue.
I think more so that, I mean, unfortunately, the location is a problem. And it's just,
Yeah, well,
it's really difficult to justify to our residents continuing to contribute to many things in Johnstown with Milliken tax dollars without the community of Milliken getting,
yeah,
something in return.
yeah.
Some direct,
I mean,
understood. Also, there will come a time when we build enough houses that we won't even be able to shoot them off at TRPR anymore. So we're going to have to
Right.
look for something else for even our own fireworks.
Sure.
And it's coming probably in the next 4 to 5 years.
Change over to
So we need
drone show.
are pretty
You know
cool.
how expensive those are?
yeah,
Just saying.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
They
They'll
don't
come
make
down.
big boom sounds.
come
Yeah,
down,
Yeah.
I hope so.
yeah.
So, Lock Bowie did theirs for $40,000. It's like, yeah, we don't have that
That's
budget.
it.
All right, just want to bring that up for discussion. Next item on the agenda, if nobody has any further comments. Nobody?
I guess we discussed it, where you get back with him and tell him our discussion, and then we discuss it again.
Just, we
whatever.
discuss it and what the obstacles are.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Board reports. Does anybody have any board reports? Okay, hearing none, and if there's no further business to come before the board, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Where's my
We're done.
No button, sorry. No button.
Oh,
No
I already
buttons.
closed it.
Do I get that magic button on my
I'm actually
laptop?
surprised my wife hasn't
What?
said anything.
Do I get a
Are you on
magic